Hi, this is Tiffany, and I love AVA Live Radio.
This is Brian J. Klein, and I love AVA Live music.
Hi, this is Naomi Som from Blue Cinema, and I love AVA Live Radio.
Hi, this is Steve Minotti, and I love AVA Live Radio.
Hey guys, this is Jacqueline Jackson. I love AVA Live Radio.
Lady Nash, and I love AVA Live Radio.
AVA Live Radio fans, this is Jacqueline Jackson. I am here with game changer Barry J. Minoff. Hi Barry, how are you?
Good, Jacqueline. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. So many people are going to be inspired by your story, so I'm so happy to be telling it.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm pleased to be here too.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So tell me, guys, we do this Game Changer series all the time on very important people who have made an impact and know how to personal brand themselves and also spawn companies and build companies. So Barry, to me, is a game changer because he's not only very successful at building a business brand, but he also knows something about building a personal brand. And you're going to find that out today because he has a lot of surprises for you and a lot of really interesting things to tell you about within not only the business industry, but also creative industry, which you'll be so excited to hear as well. So let's start with Ohio Entrepreneur of the Year, named by USA Today. Tell me about it. How did you feel when that happened?
Well, I was very surprised and pleased as well. Actually, I was named co-entrepreneur of the year with my father for building our company, and I was very surprised.
That is so exciting. I bet. Now that's a major achievement. Major achievement.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes an overnight success is somebody who works every day hard and goes to work and plans and accomplishes things, and then all of a sudden someone realizes it and it's an accomplishment all of a sudden, but actually it's your whole life's work.
In case you guys haven't seen the movie, we're going to put it up for you so that you can see and get connected with the website. It's Exposure, the movie, and it was starring Corey Feldman, and we did some interviews back a few months ago, last year actually, and Barry was there with us and interviewing with the whole cast. So you're going to get to see the movie soon, and you're definitely going to get to see some of the behind the scenes on avaliveradio.com. But Barry, tell me, what made you want to act?
I don't really know. It was very strange how it happened.
Yeah, most of these things are.
Yeah. Well, let me start by saying I was never in a high school play. I've never acted in anything in my life professionally. And I was meeting somebody for a drink on Las Olas Avenue in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I was in front of the Riverside Hotel waiting for this person who was more than an hour late. I shouldn't say this, but I was 3 Pinot Grigios into Thursday night, and I was waiting for this person. The movie studio, which is the name of the company producing Exposure, was there filming a scene in the garage. They had a sign advertising extras, which I noticed, but I didn't pay attention to. But one of the people who was involved with the studio and was looking for people saw me standing there, and I was dressed up in a suit and tie, and he said, I really like your look. Would you consider being in a movie? And I said, well, I don't know, maybe if it's not too inconvenient. And he said, well, can you hang around a little bit? And I said, no, because I have an 8 a.m. flight to Manhattan. He says, well, could you come in next week for a screen test? I said, well, I guess so. They called me while I was in New York for the weekend to be sure I was coming on Tuesday. I went into the studio. They had me read for a part for a guy in a warehouse with a strange European accent, and I've never done anything before. I signed some papers, and they said, that was really good. You're a natural, but not for that part. You're too sophisticated for that role. We'd like to make you the consigliere in our movie called Exposure. He said, you're going to be Italian. Can you be Italian? And I said, well, I can. I'm half Jewish and half Italian. I go to confession, but I bring my attorney. I said, I'm good in bed and in business. They laughed, and as it turned out, I was playing that role. Along the way, they changed directors and recast, and I got elevated to a lead role, playing Aaron Levine in the movie Exposure.
That's great.
And that's sort of how it happened. Since then, we have a second movie called Double Exposure that actually I'm writing and starring in with Corey Feldman, and I've been asked to be in a third movie by some outside group, actually.
That's so exciting.
This is called Nikki's Song. Actually, I wrote it maybe 20 years ago. I started it, and I had written it for my wife. And her name was Joni, and that was the name. And I later changed it to Plaintiff. And along the way, it became other people's songs. And then when the movie happened, they heard me playing this in the studio, and they asked if I would do it in the movie. And the lead actress was named Nikki, and now it's Nikki's song. So
Very good.
that was the first time I played it ever, and this is the second.
Oh, I'm excited.
I've been all the way to Africa. I stayed in Paris, France, the islands of Tahiti. Oh, those native girls can dance. I've seen the diamonds of a princess and the palace of a king. But these riches don't mean nothing. No, they just don't mean a thing. 'Cause the prettiest thing that I have ever seen is my Nikki. In the morning, yes, the prettiest thing that I have ever seen is my Nikki. In the morning, I've seen the pyramids of Egypt and the Saint-Tropez seashore, skied the mountain tops of Aspen, heard the Pacific Ocean's roar. I've held a little child's tiny hand Sunday at the mall, but they don't compare, not even close, not one or any or all. 'Cause the prettiest thing that I have ever seen is my Nikki. In the morning, yes, the prettiest thing I have ever seen is my Nikki. In the morning, I've seen the sun rise in Santa Fe. I've seen it set in old San Juan. French Quarter streets, Manhattan beeps, Lake Erie's morning come. I can still feel the love from my little son when I held him close to me. A mother's touch, a father's voice, my sister's ollie ollie and free. But the prettiest thing that I have ever seen is my Nikki. In the morning, yes, the prettiest thing I have ever seen is my Nikki. In the morning.
Also a board member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I am.
That's really cool. You got asked to do this?
I was. It's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum in Cleveland, Ohio. And I think they were interested in my business advice and the fact that I was into music, which they knew. I think that's sort of the plan for what they're looking for. It's a phenomenal organization that's going to grow, and who doesn't listen to music?
No, I know. Oh, music is just...
Every day in your car,
Oh, yeah.
how could you not listen to
We
music?
live
So
our lives by music.
we do.
for sure. Now that you're in this creative field and you're pursuing acting, or it's kind of pursuing you in a way, you know, you're finding your way in it. Let's talk a little bit about personal branding. Now, I know, coming from your background, you know a lot about business branding. And we talked a little earlier about the personal brand is us. We all have a personal brand, whether you know it or not. Everything that you do, everyone you work for knows you for one job or one thing that you do right. And your job is to convey that in 15 seconds or less and 15 words or less when you first meet a person. Because that's your charm and that's your time to do it. So thinking in roles of that, now I'm gonna toss a big question at you, a big one. And you don't, I just want to know, what do you think your personal brand actually is?
That I would say to live each day, to love, to laugh, to learn, and to leave a legacy.
Okay. Barry, I know that you were inducted into your high school's Gallery of Success. What advice did you give to the students?
Well, I spoke for 5 or 10 minutes, but I think I ended with your goals and your dreams are the destination of your life's journey. Your discipline and your effort are your means of travel. Without one, the other is wasted, but with both, you can go wherever you want.
That's a terrific interview, and I'm so lucky to be talking to you right now about this, because our listeners are really interested in doing better and living a life that they dreamed of and being passionate about that life. So to meet someone like you in close quarters like this is phenomenal. It's inspirational. Because it is. Because you know yourself, and you have a very strong sense of self, and that is really the core to everybody's, working out from that. If you don't have a strong sense of self, then you can't accomplish things, you can't work smart, you can't have the creative energy that you need to continue. And it's really important that we kind of like inspire people to do that, and inspire people to get that, and know that they have to start with the core, and a .com. In case anybody wants your name.com, hopefully. Hint, hint.
Another thing that really helps is to have a good family behind you.
Oh, it does.
That's so important, and
Yeah.
I have a great family.
Your
family is
and
everything.
It sounds like it's wonderful that you're able to work with your family and you don't have major conflicts. That's fabulous. Now tell me, the lighting company, what brands should we look for?
Well, the primary brand is Kitchler Lighting.
And then there are other brands from the two?
There are a few, but they're private label. Kitchler Lighting is the main brand we use for decorative lighting, our ceiling fans, our landscape lighting,
I've seen them. They're beautiful
under cabinet,
products.
etc.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Really, really beautiful. And then tell me, what does it take to build a strong personal brand? Now, we talked a little bit like this about it, but do you think that if someone starting right now, moving forward, wanted to say, okay, I'm going to be more self-conscious about building a personal brand and getting known for something, what kind of advice would you give them? Where would they start?
I would say find something that has opportunity in it. Blue sky, not a dead-end industry. Go to work every day and work hard. You have to have a good offense as well as a good defense. Meaning it's one thing to make a lot of money, but it's another to spend it all, which is the defense. And you kind of need both, like football, to be successful. And you have to go to work every day and stick with one thing.
That's fabulous advice. Fabulous advice. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate you doing the interview and taking your time to be here with us on AVA Live Radio.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you coming and listening with me on AVA Live Radio for our Game Changer series. Be sure to catch us again on avaliveradio.com and subscribe while you're there so you won't miss another show. We'll see you back in AVA Live Radio land. Thanks for joining us here.